Well, today's the day. She's on the road, so let's talk about it. I'm Dakota, and this is Phantom Works. That's right, she's on the road. Your eyes didn't deceive you. 1966 Chevrolet C30. Now, I've been doing a lot of stuff off camera. I didn't really go through everything because honestly I felt pretty bad about myself. If y'all been keeping up with the C30, which I hope you have, I put a 350 engine in it. It was cammed up and had a little bit of work done to it. And quite honestly, it just kept fighting me, kept giving me all kind of trouble. First of all, I had low oil pressure. Then I had a oil leak. The intake gaskets failed, even though I just put them on. So I had gas all in the engine. I dropped the engine oil pan, cleaned it all out, put new gaskets on it. Still leaked from somewhere. Bad oil leak. Just run like crap. Wouldn't hardly start. I would go down the road. It would idle fine. It wouldn't get up the road. So I said, man, screw it. So I bought this engine right here. You can look at it. You can see I paid $70 for it. And this is what it looks like now. 350 engine. Took the valve covers off, painted the whole engine. New water pump. This is the fan off the other one. This is actually an alternator off a 283 I had. This is the actual original oil bath air filter from the 62 C60. I rebuilt the carburetor. So I had 70 bucks in the motor, and obviously the exhaust is still all the same. Had these plug wires laying around, been cheap job. Same radiator. I did have to put a new heater core in because it was leaking. As you can see, I run all the lines for the new heater core. I actually tied in the alternator to the original wiring down here off the wiring harness, so it actually shows the generator light, and it does charge now. I know we had a little bit of problem like that before where it would charge sometimes and sometimes it wouldn't. So that's the engine part of it. Let's walk around and see what else we did. We also added a new coolant overflow tank. Also added, fixed the horn and everything. Let's go around the side of it. I still need 2 rear wheels for it, but it's good on the road. New side marker lights. Let's go around. Cleaned all this off. Got the tail lights working. Hooked up the other side marker light. Look at the interior. It's a little bit dirty now because I have my tools and stuff in it. I've been went to a junkyard and everything. So as you can see, got all this up, got the old floor mats out, vacuumed it all up, and I've been driving around. I got to wait 24 hours to put a rearview mirror on it. So let's see. As far as the brakes, let's go. I'm not sure exactly where we left off. I know how I did the front brakes. The rear brakes was a pain in the rear end, and I'll show you some pictures. I'll add it in the end of the video. But I went to go pull the wheel off, and obviously you had to take this inner axle out and pull all that out. Well, by the time that I pulled it off, the brake hub wouldn't come off. So I put screwdrivers in it, pry bars, crowbars, everything. Ended up hooking a come along in my truck to it, still couldn't get it off. So I was pissed off. Finally was able to get it. It had a huge ridge that you could stick a quarter in it, and it would go to the head of the quarter. So I couldn't find no hubs, so I ended up just taking an angle grinder and grinding it all down, put new wheel cylinders, new brake pads, hardware, all that. Ended up putting new brake line on the rear. Let's get down here. New rear brake line, and I had to custom make that other side when I tie it back in because I couldn't get it off the wheel cylinder. I had to adjust them all and everything, so the brakes work good. Obviously in the past, I did the transmission and all. So I know I've been talking about it. Let's hear it run. I mean, everything that I could think about doing to this truck is working now. So let's put her in neutral. Usually I can just hit the key, but since I took it down the road today and all, I had to do a little bit of adjustments with it. Now I had to hit the pedal a little bit. She purrs like a kitten. Now I need to put some exhaust on it. I talked to a guy about putting exhaust on it. Cut it back off. Talked to a guy about putting exhaust on it, so that's going to be coming up here soon. Man, I mean, what else can I say? I took the HEI ignition out. I put the original points type ignition system in it. Let's see. I also put the original throttle on it. I think that's the original throttle. I can't remember. Actually, the first drive today, I took it down the road. The belt broke, so now I put a new belt on it. Here's the old one. Now this one served its good purpose because it got the motor running. I mean, it was on a 307. This thing's been around. Actually, I think I pulled it off an old 350 a couple years ago. Let's talk about in the inside here what I've done. All right, so for one, I'm not sure if you remember the miles, but I actually put a couple more miles in this. I've actually driven about 10 miles a day. And I gotta show you a video of the maiden voyage. So the speedometer wasn't working, and I was like, well, I'm gonna replace it. It's only like 10, 15 bucks. So I took it out, and then I seemed like it was turning, cranked it back up. So I just put it back in here, and then, heck, what do you know, it started working. Let's look at the lights here. Now, I don't know if you can tell or not, probably not because it's daylight, but all these instrument lights do work. Let's go along the side. Side marker light works. Tail lights work, each one. Need new bulbs, probably. That side marker light is on. Headlights on. New headlights, new headlight brackets and everything holding it in. I mean, everything on it that I could do is new, really. I mean, so like I said, I tied in the horn, so now I got a horn button. The only thing I can't change is this lock cylinder that I've been trying to change. I put new windshield wipers and stuff on it. I want to put a new dome light in it so I can actually see. But I'll show you a video of the maiden voyage. Here it is. That was me going down the road for the first time in it. I do have a tag on it. There it is hanging right back there. And now I'm not going to be the type to hold back my tag, because what are you going to do with it? And look up what I have, look up my name, look at what kind of vehicle it is. You already know that. So also I got another black wire running down here to the side marker lights where I had tied in. Like I said, new heater core. I know I've been talking a lot, and I kind of showed you a maiden voyage. Let's take her down the road. See what she'll do. And I ain't no cuts, no anything. So no seat belts, of course. So yeah. Move, Milo. Move. Take her down the road. I just put 30 bucks of gas in it. Gauge I got. Let's try the brakes out. How's the brakes working? Good, good. We're stopping. slowing down, throw it in a second. Turn around here. Look at all this garbage everybody throws out. It's gonna be hard to drive the thing in the summertime as hot as it is, but look, I mean, let's take a look at it. What do you think? What do you think? Listen to her purr. She's running good. Good. Out my red top in it. Everything I can throw at this part is new. Fuel pump new. The fuel line ran is new, obviously. Charging. We got a couple more things to do, a little this and that. Let's get these side planks done. As you can see, I wrote a custom message. So if anybody asks, they can look. This is just a freaking piece of a pallet held together. So, what do y'all think? I mean, I worked my tail off. Let's cut her off. I'm gonna park her under the shed. I'm gonna move the old Black Betty out. What do y'all think? I mean, I gotta do a couple things. I tried to take this off. I got a new trim cover for it, but that one wasn't coming off. I probably need new wiper arms. This thing is, take a look at that. This thing crooked. But man, I'm happy with it. I really am. Brakes work, runs, drives. I drove it about 10 miles before this video. And, you know, I'm sorry that I didn't do anything on video. I try to add in little bits in here. I'll go back and look and see what I got, and I'll put in a little bit of this and that. I might do some voiceover on it. So if anything sounds kind of out of place or whatever, and I'll show you some videos at the end, everything I've done to it. But as far as I can tell that I didn't record, new brakes on the back, and I'll add new pictures and videos I can of it. Got it running good, got the motor in. Just been working my tail off on this thing, and finally come to fruition. So happy with it. Running good. After about 45 or 50, sometimes you'll start to feel a little wheel wobble. Not quite sure what that is because the bearings and all are good in it. I even had to replace a rear wheel bearing. That thing was pretty expensive. So as far as it goes, anything else, I'm gonna do some body work to it. We got these cab corners here. As you can see, it's kind of went up in here to the corner. Then the floors, they got a couple holes in them. That needs to be replaced. And like I just said, the dome light. I need to put a new windshield in it at some point. I'm not really concerned about that. I want to replace all the weather stripping, especially for the windows, because they, you can see they're kind of all jacked up. That one probably needs a new regulator. But it's roadworthy. You understand what I'm saying? It's roadworthy. It's good where it is. Need, like I said, 2 new tires from the back. But I mean, no leaks, no rumbles, no wobbling hardly. I mean, and it's straight. Well, that's about it. I appreciate you watching. Like I said, it's roadworthy now. We're gonna be driving. We're gonna be doing some work to it. Obviously, I get an exhaust on it. Talked to a guy about doing it. Okay, so we're gonna get that done. We're gonna try to see what we can do with everything else. But as far as it goes right now, I mean, it's good. Like I said, the main thing is just exhaust and 2 tires in the back. But as we continue on, I'm gonna add new videos on it. I mean, it's far from over. You know, eventually I want to go ahead and paint it, get the bed painted and everything, and getting everything I can done to it. But for right now, once I get exhaust and tires on, we're gonna move to other projects. We got the 62 to work on. We got this Wolverine to work on. We got a lot of other stuff to work on. As you can tell, I mean, here with my two, I got my Thunderbird and my Maxima over here. The Maxima is probably getting sold here soon. So anything like that. But I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for future videos. We got a lot more coming. And also check out the Ford Shop Yard. It's my buddy Casey. I know some of y'all have been asking about him and wondering, like, when's he gonna come back, man. We used to do all kind of videos together. And quite honestly, I don't know if he will or not. You know, because I moved kind of far away and we kind of fell out, and we're, you know, got back together friendship wise and everything. But if we do, you know, I hope we do, and we're gonna have a lot of videos coming in. But to look him up, the Ford Shop Yard here on YouTube. He's got some great videos, great YouTube shorts, talk about some preventative maintenance stuff. So watch him and keep watching us here on Phantom Works.